Might just leave that title soundtrack going for a bit. Hey Darkster, it's actually a late stream for me. It's just after 9 p.m. on Saturday, um, but I know it's going to be fairly early the rest of the world. I thought I would try out this time slot for size. A lot of Saturday mornings, I either want to sleep in or there's some market on or something like that, so it's not always the best time for me to stream, but we'll see how Saturday goes. I don't think it's going to be as suitable for some people. It will probably be more suitable for others. So what I've got on at the moment is so this is the brand new OCS build of AmiGoonies, which is basically set to run from a floppy disk, which is, for a lot of OCS games, it's basically the only way you can get it to fit into memory is to, not boot it through the OS, but boot it directly from the floppy. And yeah, I will. I played a much earlier build. Only had one level. I think this has got 3 levels. So let's get into it. I'm not actually sure it had music last time I checked, or last time I played it. I'm just trying to remember. Oh, what was? I'm pretty sure there was an attack button. Oh, what did I do there? There we go. Okay. All right. Sorry, I forgot the default controls of my own emulator. It feels a little bit more polished than last time. Like I think last time I played, half of the graphics were still like the 8-bit MSX version. That's nice and smooth. That waterfall animation is really cool, and I think I mentioned this last time. I was pretty impressed by the bad guys. Their AI, sort of how it like follows. Do I get the key, or do I have to? Do I have to use the key I'd already gotten? Ooh. I have a way to duck? No, I'm not doing very well at this one. But yeah, just that AI being able to follow me everywhere. That, it's something you don't sort of see a lot in Scorpion. Well, I mean, you don't sort of see it a lot in classic games at all. It's usually, stuff like that skull there that goes back and forward. there's not really that much in the way of, you know, guys that just follow you everywhere. I don't know how I'm supposed to get that key. Is it because I've already got a key, and so I've got to, But did that give me more... What is Looks like it's giving me experience by... Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Okay, yeah, I think I've got a... I think I can only hold one key at a time, yeah. So the idea is, for each key, I've got to go straight to lock, I guess. I don't think I was supposed to go in there until I'd finished it. Until I'd gotten all the keys. Where does it go back to the start, or did I go to the next level? I have no idea. Whoops. Doxa says looks great. Yeah, agreed. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that bit before. Well, I don't have a hard idea on what I wanted to do for the sort of workshop section. I forgot that I could climb down. Yeah, I don't have a hard idea for what I want to do for the workshop section of the stream. But I got a couple of small ideas. One thing I did want to do is I wanted to do something sports related, because and I'll talk a little bit about that later. The new Emmy Game Jam theme has just been announced, and that the theme is for sports, which is there's very few sports games for. Oh, is that Tubby kid? Is that the guy one I rescued? Chunk or whatever he's called. But yeah, I think the only sports game I know I can remember that was made with Scorpion Engine was the wheelchair Gladiators, which in turn was a remake of a old Amos game. Okay, so I'm supposed to get another key. So I must have saved one of the Goonies, and I've got to try and find and save the others. The scout. Oh. Okay. Ah. Yeah, wait for him to come down, then I'll punch him. It's kind of cool how I could just knock him down the vines. I have to find the other keys. Oh, it's a bit slow with that. I'm trying to remember. Oh, yep. So there's a key up there, and that might get me the. Well, that will get me one more of the locks. You never time it right with those skulls. It's like, it's that game, Shadow of the Beast, where you gotta time... Oh, whoa. Okay, that was weird. I think that was my PC playing up for a second there. Let's, okay, so that was one of the other kids. Was that, was it Data? Data? It's been so long since I've seen the Goonies, I can't really remember the kids that well. So I'm assuming I've got to rescue one more, but I don't know where. Because I thought I'd gotten all the keys. Maybe it's in this bit, so this is, maybe this is like a sub-level? Doctor says a remake of the original Goonies would have been called a Making Scorpion. Yeah, I think most people have... Oh, okay, yes, I don't think I've been to here before. Whoa. Okay, I can run pretty fast now. That should be handy. Okay. Whoa, Jesus. He's relentless. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought maybe he couldn't get me if I was... Whoa. Yeah, I thought maybe he couldn't get me if I was on the ladder, but no, he can hurt me. Okay, so is that going to get me the last... Whoa! Okay, I should have... I should have been more careful there. Yeah, sorry, what I was saying before I got distracted is, like, this is the MSX game. I think most people in the West are probably more familiar with the game that was it on Spectrum and Commodore 64 that was like a single screen platformer? Yeah, it's hard, and I don't know if it's unfair or not, like, oh. Like, a lot of it is sort of timing. Like, I screwed up the timing there. I don't really feel like, you know, it was, the game being unfair. It was just sort of me, not getting my timing right. Oh, of course I can jump over this hill. Now, I'm pretty sure I can't get 2 keys in a row. No. Okay, so if I go down... So there is a bit of strategy to the way that you do it, I guess. So instead of getting that key there, I go back and grab this one. And then that makes it easier for me to open the double door. And that will give me some health. And then I can get that key. Oh, actually... Okay, I think I've only... Yeah, okay, so there's a key... There's a key there. I thought there was a double door somewhere. A double lock. Yeah, up here. Okay, so I've got one of the keys, and the other key's not too far away. And then I guess I gotta go through one of these skull doors to a, skull doors are like a sub-level. Doxer, you were working on a golf game. Did you decide if you were going to have 16 by 16 or 8 by 8 graphics on it? Okay, so this is a different sub-level. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so... Oh! It's kind of scary. If I fall in there, do I die? Can I even fall in there? Okay, so that gives me a key. Hit him when he can... I'm assuming that's based on one of the gang in the movie. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I've got 3 kids. Does that mean I can finish the level? Or am I still missing something? I really love that waterfall. Those graphics are really well done. And it's just the whole thing smooth. Yeah, just nice and smooth. Yeah, this is I really like how this is sort of you know, done some quite unusual things with Scorpion, like the AI that just follows you everywhere, the water that falls down, the rock that's just constantly dropping, coming back up again. Okay, so I don't know if this is the same ice level I was in before. Okay, so I'll let him climb up and then I'll knock him all the way down. Well, Dux, I think you might be the only one here. Did you have any special requests for the workshop? Oh, I got caught by that last time. Oh, I see. I've got to rescue 5 kids. It's not just not just 3 of them. Okay, so I think I'm nearly dead. Oh, right. That was not very smart of me. I think with those skills, you just gotta, like, not wait till the last minute, just hit way ahead of time. Oh, I think I see now. So, so I came into this level before, but I think I came in from the top last time, but I'm in the bottom now. Okay, so I got all the kids. I don't know what to do now. Maybe there's one more, maybe I just need to go through the skull door, or maybe there's a... That kind of looks like it could be an ender level door. Whoops. Oh no. Well. About the invisible collider blocks. Did you see the episode of Scorpion TV where it had the isometric game? I was thinking about doing just a tiny bit more work on that to just to fix a couple of bugs with last time I had it on stream. Well, I think I'll give it one more go and then I'll call it quits. I don't actually know what the EXP is. I see. So when I've got a key, it shows it just shows the key logo there. So gonna unlock that. Save the first kid. I'm guessing all 5 of the kids are like, the actual gang from the movie. And I'm assuming that, these characters that are following me are different gang members. I don't really remember them well. I think one of them was played by Robert Davey, and whoops. Okay, I missed that. Missed that one up pretty badly, but oh well, I think I'll leave it there for now. So that's AmiGoonies by let me check the name, Marlox, and um. So yeah, I guess I'm going to mention a couple of newsy type things here. So this is fairly new. So the OCS version is brand new, and so it now runs on a 1 meg A500. Um, and yeah, it's just oh yeah, I don't think I got to see the pirate ship. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it is just a decently well polished game, and definitely a labor of love. It's someone that clearly loves the movie and the MSX version of the game. So a couple of other things I wanted to mention. So now that's out of the way, I can put that aside. ME Game Jam 9. So the theme is sports. So I may experiment a little bit with a sporty type game or some sports games on stream with maybe the view to maybe I could enter something, I don't know, but still got just just under 6 months to come up with something. I haven't joined it yet. I'll have to join that later. Oh, and this was a nice surprise. So I'll just run this. Um, so Who Games, who's done quite a few different games for Scorpion Engine, like Phantom Leap, Doctor Dangerous, Tiny Pixel Adventure, um, and a few other. Oh, uh, like a Breakout clone that's still in development. Some other games that is still prototypical, but this is his newest work, which is a yeah, Giant Sisters, but it's the it's a Nintendo DS version. Um, so yeah, there's some challenges with it. Like one thing uh that sort of been mentioned is that it's not a 16 by 16 game. It in every place it's so yeah, there are some sort of like areas where it needs. Oh, did that my internet playing up? Huh. Okay, well YouTube stopped for me. I hope I'm still I hope I'm still loud and clear. Hmm. All right, well I'll put that aside. But yeah, so that's what Who Games been experimenting with is a yeah, port of Giant Sisters Nintendo DS version, and it's yeah, it's so far it's looking pretty cool. All right. Now, I just want to do a little bit of work on this isometric demo. I'll probably put it in the one of the demos pack because there's not really that many examples of collision detection against sort of arbitrary collision volumes. So we've got these hit probes, but one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to uh, separate these axes out into different code blocks. So I'm just going to quickly do that. So I'm going to let's go move x-axis, and then I can grab the right and left. Actually, I'm just going to turn off my display capture for a sec. I just want to open Visual Studio Code. I just want to make sure I haven't got a work project open. Sorry, I'll turn the camera back on in a sec, or the feed back on in a sec. Actually, was there any audio coming through on I guess there was audio coming through on the game. I don't know why I've got that as invisible. I do have desktop audio here. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, so we've got our x-axis, y-axis, so I need to copy that across, and then what I'm going to go do is if control 1 oh, Doxa said there was music. Okay, it was pretty good music, so I'm glad it wasn't silent the whole time. So what I'm hoping to achieve with this is that whoops. What I'm hoping to achieve with this is if I walk against a wall, instead of stopping dead, it will just continue walking. Okay, I don't know what that problem was. Let's read the message again. Invalid go to and code block move x-axis at line 5. Why is that invalid? What's wrong with that? Not like not like the label. Oh, that's weird. Maybe there's some problem with there might be some weird problem with capitalization that I need to look into. Yeah, okay, so I probably should remember to look into that. I think what's happening is this has got capitals in it, and for some reason it has to be all lowercase. I mean, unless I don't know, maybe there was some no, that must have been it. I'll need to look into why it didn't like because it should be agnostic to the uppercase or lowercase. So let's try. So if I hold down, no, that doesn't seem to do what I expected. So it still works okay for left and right. Yeah, that still works okay. But if I go up or down, I'd want it to work differently. All right, hello, Hambo. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, so that's working okay if I walk against the wall here. But if I go to the top or the bottom, let's review my code. So if Control 1Y, just gonna try taking those out just to make sure it is doing collision detection there. Okay, so it is doing top and bottom. It's not doing left and right, which is what I expected. So why is that? So if I'm go x-axis. Okay, I think I know the real problem with there's sort of a bias one way or another. So I need to look further forward in one direction or the other, depending on which way I'm going. So let's undo that. Put that down there. I'm gonna go variable word look ahead or probe X. So if we're moving up or down, probe further to the left, right. Oh, and yeah, I have to assign all these values. I can't 8. So then instead of these magic numbers, I can just replace it with that. Let's get rid of that. We don't need an agent. I think part of it is... No, I think the real problem might be just that... Yeah, I think the probe box needs to be larger for, like, way larger for X. In fact, I'll get rid of that. Just because of the nature of it being isometric, the shape of those tiles. Yeah, I guess when we're heading up and down, we're nowhere near the collision probes to the left and right. Um, probe X and probe Y. Just gonna try double that, just make that absurd. Yeah, okay, so that works for up and down. It's probably not going to work for left and right anymore, maybe. Hello, Reva Bay, welcome. Yeah, so it's working for up and down, it's not working for left and right. And that's probably because... I'm going to go back to my first idea, but I'll keep this... Just going to go if control Y, else... See if that's any different. No, not really. I think it's just... maybe I do need to adjust those probes for different directions. If I completely swap those, probably one of these things I could spend hours on and not really be able to get it right. Okay, well, left, up, right, down. Yeah, I would need to tweak those probe values so they don't yeah, because it's a bit abrupt when I change direction, but yeah, in principle that works. So I don't even know if I need to check them in the different directions. I just need to say, okay, well, have a larger probe in one direction than the other. And I think, yeah, just some trial and error, or just, working it out on some graph paper or something would help with getting the exact positioning right. Well, I am actually I'll set up a new project. There was some interesting art I wanted to have a play around with, and it's sports themed. So unless anyone has got any specific ideas for what they want to see in workshop, I think I'm going to try to make a boxing game. Um, I'm gonna OCS. Yeah, why not? OCS is sort of like the safe default, because if I make it for OCS, I can then port it to AGA. I can port it to Mega Drive. I can port it to Neo Geo. Frank Bruno's boxing. Who is Frank Bruno? Okay, so this art pack has these fairly simple like Punch Out type characters. Punch Out's a game I haven't actually played a lot, but I sort of get the general gist in that these certain patterns, like you're not supposed to try and punch Mike Tyson until a very specific like after a certain long pattern, then it's vulnerable for like a frame. And the earlier ones are a bit easier, like Glass Joe. You can just sort of spam it, and anyway, so let's yeah, so these sort of different characters. Some of them are human, some of them are furries. Um, what's the difference between block and guard? I wonder. Oh, block will be when you try to do a hit. Hembo says I've been wanting to do a karate fighting game. Yeah, I mean there's various Street Fighter demos out there. Probably the most notable one is uh, MS Malik 681's Street Fighter 1 game, which is coming along pretty nicely, and that's all open source, so you just need to get the Git repository, and then you can do as you please with it. Um, I do need like a boxing ring, or I don't know if there's a yeah. I mean, there's I mean, that's fairly basic. I don't really like the colors so much on that, but I mean, it is programmer art. That's just sort of how it is. Um, this one's alright, but it doesn't really suit for like because I sort of like wanted a first person or third person view. Those might be useful. Let's yeah, I was looking for boxing ring art. I mean, it's most of these are probably going to be like license. Some of those look like they might be AI, but I don't think this one is because it's Oh no, it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised by that because it has a transparent layer, and it looks nice and clean. It kind of looks like CG. If I change that to Creative Commons or all Creative Commons, there's a Sketchfab there. I thought show. All of those weren't AI anyway. Now I might just grab something like that will do for now, and then if we actually do anything with this, oh, attribution required. Today 61. Where is it? Downloading the standard low low res is fine. I have no idea what the actual licensing is. Like, I'm assuming it's meant to be just for actually to use as a wallpaper, not to use in a project. But of course, it's going to be WebP. I don't think I can open it in PaintShop Pro, so I need to. Or can I? Let's see if PaintShop Pro supports it yet. Oh, maybe Paint will. No, okay. I'll try. I'll try PaintShop Pro. While that's opening, I'm going to look up this Frank Bruno C64. The docs are mentioned. What does it look like? Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that face looks very like stylized. Oh, okay. Well, I've got I recognize that name. Was he the guy that worked on Airwolf? Yep. That was the only place I recognized his name from was Airwolf. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find a character like this for like my perspective because these are all from like that art is all from like looking at the character. Oh, God. Okay. G2PNG. I'm just going to turn off my camera for my display feed for a second, because sometimes these sites have dodgy ads. Sorry, this is... You'd think converting a WebP to a PNG would be the easiest thing in the world, but no, it still isn't widely supported yet, it seems. Okay, so none of the sites I tried were going to help. I do have... Oh, actually, sorry, I'll try one other thing. No, Critter doesn't support it either. I thought I'd try Critter. I mean, why would that wallpaper site have the files in WebP if nobody can support WebP in their background? No, I'm gonna give up on that WebP file, and just gonna try a different boxing background. I mean, that was the same one. What if I say... Oh, no, that wasn't the same one. Wait. Can I just... Let this one. Okay, I mean, that's JPEG, which is not ideal, but... at least I can use it. Where did I actually put it? Put it in downloads? There we go. I just need to convert... Well, yeah, I'll need to do a few things to convert this to be useful as a background. One is it's way too big for Scorpion Engine games. Let's bring that down to 224. Actually, if I make that 320, so let's make it that full screen. And I'm just gonna check if there's any particular no, okay. So obviously I can't use this for the final game, but it will probably be okay for just some experimenting. Let's make that smaller. Doctor said, Eric, did you see my panel feature improvement request? No, I have been offline for the last hour or two, so if it was recent, I don't think I've seen it, but I don't remember it. Okay, what was... I've probably just forgotten. What was the improvement request? Just going to take that way down to 16 colors. Yeah, that's probably about the best I'm going to be able to get out of it. Oh, yeah, so... Okay, so, yeah, I forgot that was you. So, you wanted it so that the panel, you can set the elements in... like in an input field, and yeah, like we really should be able to like I think somewhere yeah, I think these other places we've got them here. We've got them here in actors. We don't have them in the panels tab, so that is something I do need to fix. Let's make our tile set. Let's see. I'll just go tile. That's it. Maps. It's so then I think it's what 16 by 14 is the resolution. Or the tile resolution. Let's grab our tile set. Oh no, 14 by 20. It's 320 wide. Okay, so that select none. There we go. Perfect. So that gives us our boxing ring, and I'm just going to go level and load our level. And oh, actually, I need to import that import those colors. So I've just used the first. Oh, it's kind of annoying. I don't have black as one of those colors. I'm just gonna. There's not a lot of variety in the color, so I'll just move it around a little bit. Yeah, I should have had a big black space so that um, you know, it would when I reduce the colors, it would pick up black as one of them. I'm going to change that to you know, so it's not indexed, so that I can mess around with the colors in the palette and it will just find the closest one, which isn't ideal, but it works. So that's that will do for now. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna turn off smooth scrolling because this is not a scrolling game. Well, it doesn't need to be scrolling. I'm gonna go 320 wide. And is that all I needed to? Let's try that again. Yeah, okay, so we've got our boxing ring. I'm not exactly sure how big those animations are. Um, and the other thing I was worried about, what was the one that I quite liked? Was it? Wasn't that one? I think it was Kiri. Yeah, okay, so I don't know if these strips are evenly, like if I can cut them evenly, or if I have to, like I don't know if they're like a consistent size, but I'll try that one. So stand, I guess that's like when he's standing but not blocking, and so he's vulnerable. Oh, actually, I should do that split. Um, yeah, that one. So let's want 4 columns. We want 1 row, and I'll save that in the same place. I'm going to go Kiri stand. Oh, oh, now where do we? Oh, okay, yeah, no, sorry. That was the source art. I don't want to put that in the same place. I'm going to make a folder called sprites, and I think the name of the character is Kiri. Oh, and I might as well put that in a subfolder as well, just to keep it nice and clean. Yeah, why not? Okay, and let's rename that as Kiri stand. Let's see what it looks like. um, I'm not sure if that was meant to be center aligned like that, but that's okay. Let's add Kiri as an actor. I'm just gonna call it opponent. And then yeah, I'll spawn the character right in the like I'll spawn it in code rather than uh yeah, I'll spawn it in code rather than spawning in the map. And we'll just that's sort of the default palette, so it might be a little bit weird. I don't know if I want to really like try to fit the characters' palettes in there because I still need to work out because that's a fairly okay default palette, and I still need to work out how I'm going to get the players' art in there or what the players' art is even going to be like. Okay, so that's excuse me. Yeah, it kind of looks pretty huge being that far back at that scale because it sort of looks like like double the size of the ropes. I might bring them down just a little bit. So Um, uh, where is divided by 2 plus 32? Oh, actually, I probably should have a panel set up, and so I can, position the character and then see like printouts of where the character is X and Y. Oh, no, I messed that one up. What did I do there? Oh, that's supposed to be too. Might be a little bit too far down now. Okay, I think that looks that's about the right scale. Um, and I guess um, well, I'm gonna need to try some of these boxing animations. So what other ones are there? So we've got high guard, high block, dizzy, low hit. Low hit, high hit, low guard. Punch one. So punch one looks like a jab, like a low jab, and then maybe punch two is like an uppercut. That's when the getting up. Character doesn't actually have like a defeated animation. Like, let's have a look at some of these other ones. Some of these other ones might have like when they actually knock down. Yeah, I quite like that Kerry character, but I don't think it's as complete as these other characters. There might have been a note about that. Yeah, might have to switch to one of these other ones. So I just wanted to see if there was a note about that, because that was actually the character I liked the most, but it had the least. No, sorry, I'm just wasting time. Okay. Um. Yeah, it's a shame that character doesn't have the same number of frames. But I'll pick one of the other ones. Let's get rid of that. Um. Let's import. Okay, I guess Hayden will do. We've got a knockdown for Hayden. Oh, yeah, Hayden stand. I'm curious how many colors are in that art. And I still need to work out a character for the players. Because he's not going to be like a boxing character I can really use, but maybe there's like a third person silhouette or just a third person character I can work with. I look for isometric. It's something I can work with. Okay, how many colors we got in there? 24. Okay, so that's not a huge amount, but I could maybe reduce that to like 4, like 8 or something, and then that would give half of the palette for the opponent, and then half of that palette for the opponent, and then half of it for the character. Wait a minute, what was? If I look at back. Turn off everything except art. Oh, DJ assets, okay. Actually, oh, oh, okay, I haven't seen that before. That's neat. What was? Oh, Harvard. So that Harvard was the name of the character used for the Amigo, the Fox game, and the reason I bring that up is it does have a like 8 directions. Probably going to be pretty small. I could, maybe double the size, or I could use that as a I could just use that as a silhouette, and then I could. Yeah, I'll probably want to double that size. In fact, I'm gonna grab that and paste that as a new layer. Should I? I could maybe put it through Migo the Boxer. If I scale it up using that. Oh no, I didn't. I wanted to. Oh no, no, it wasn't rot sprites because this is for rotation. I want scale 2x. Okay, I think that's basically what I wanted. Let's put that into sprites. Oh, did we get a raid? Well, thank you very much for the raid. I'm not sure if I'm showing anything terribly interesting. I'm just sort of making an experimental boxing game in the Scorpion engine, which is a game creation engine for some classic computers and consoles like the Genesis, Mega Drive, Amiga, and Neo Geo. Okay, so how's it? Oh, let's put that into actors, Amigo. Um, let's do the same thing for the player, but we'll put the that player further down the screen. Oh, yeah, okay. I deleted that old animation. Whoops. Ah, okay, I can't use that. Yeah, let's call it A. Just going to use prefix for A for animation so that it doesn't interfere with anything else. And I should make this controllable. Um, yeah, let's turn off all the directions except left and right. Make that speed of 2. And let's give that a try. Okay, so that looks about that sort of looks about the scale we want because in Punch Out it was Little Mac was the the character. It's a little bit hard to see with that color. So yeah, that's about the scale that Little Mac was in Punch Out. I might also make some edits here, just some quick edits. I'm going to take out the arms because I'm going to have the boxing hands separate, and I might do the boxing hands and the boxing gloves in red, but I'm just going to do the outline in that green, so that should stand out a lot better against the uh, against the boxing ring. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, this version of Paint Shop Pro, uh, it doesn't remember where I'm saving to. So I have to make sure that I've saved in the right place. Okay, well, okay, so I can move around. I've got a character, well, a silhouette. I want to be able to punch. Probably nothing. Uh, I could maybe reuse some of these frames as like when he gets hurt. But what I need right now is I need a really simple yeah, let's try it 16 by 16. I need a really simple circle, and then I'll spawn two of them, and those will be independent fists. Let's grab that red. Where am I going for time? I'm going pretty well for time. I'm hoping to be able to have some boxing action by the time the stream ends. Oh, okay. Now, I don't want any alias. I just want it to be very simple circle. I don't want it to be filled either. And let's just see how big that's going to look against Amiga. Yeah, I mean that will do. It needs to be a little bit bigger than Amiga himself, so that's fine. Oh, a bit bigger than his fist because it's a boxing glove and it's stylized. It can be any size really. And I just thought maybe you would just have it there like as its normal stance, and then like here, is like defense. So defending body by default, defending head, and then maybe have it like like whoosh if I'm attacking, or maybe like going in like like that if I'm attacking, and then if it's high attacking like that. We'll see how it goes. I haven't, as I said, I haven't actually played Punch Out that much, but so with the mechanics, I can sort of experiment a bit and do things that do it completely different to how the original game worked. Okay, sprites, Amigo. Let's go a glove, and that is just going to be that. Uh, and I'm going to have a glove actor, and that is going to be it's going to be parent locked, and I'm going to do this. Can I do parent preview of Migo? So I want to position it about there. Yeah. Okay. So Okay, so high stance, I guess, can be 0, and then it's like -8. I need to spawn 2 of them. And I need to spawn them as children. So, child spawn. So that will, because that's immediately after Amigo, so that's going to spawn it as a child of Amigo. So that will give me 2 gloves, but I also need to set the new origin X. And so what that will do is it will set this here. I need to set that to the other side. So we know it's -8 on that first one. In fact, just for consistency, we could say, and then I'm just going to put it in note like left glove, right glove. Oh, now why can't I see them? What did I do wrong? Did something wrong here. So I got parent lock. Got Amigo. It's not set as a sprite. Is there just something weird about the ordering or the color? Let's try that again. Oh, actually, I know what the problem is. Because that doesn't actually count. That's not the actor that's in context. That's the new actor. So, what I should do. Um, so let's make a code folder. And I'll move the code up into there. There's a startup code block 2. Move that up into code. Let's make a spawn on spawn Amigo. So what that means is if I put all this in here, it's going to know that it's talking about the Amigo characters specifically when I go set the on spawn. And let's try that again. So Little Mac isn't really moving left or right, just ducking left and right. Okay, no, that's not too surprising. When I say I haven't played Punch Out that much, I have played a little bit more of a game called, I think it's Iron Sword, Crossed Swords, Neo Geo CD. Or actually, I'm not even sure if it's CD. So I've sort of been thinking a little bit about this, which is sorry, just
Here,
skip this ad. Let's put it on YouTube. Hopefully, it's not going to do another ad. So this one, I think you actually can sort of move left and right. It's a bit more like an RPG. But yeah, so you can move left and right. You can do all sorts of attacks, and you can block and um, so yeah, I guess that's the sort of thing I had in mind for this, rather than being straight punch out, but just sort of more of a yeah, a bit more. Yeah, I don't know, a little bit more fluid, I guess. Um, oh, now I wanted to change the Z order. So let's make that -500 because I want that to be behind character. Also, I want that line to be a bit thicker. I'll see if I can just make that. But if I make that as 2, what's it going to be like? Yeah, I'll try it like that. Oh, of course that. Let's make that like -100. And then the opponent has to be -200 because I don't want the gloves to be behind the opponent. It's gonna try a I don't know how well this is gonna work, but uh actually I'm gonna make this Age of Glove Jab L. Actually, I should do this animation in code. Yeah, it's just gonna be a bit of a pain to do it in animating it. Um, so I'm gonna make, oops, um, tech jab. And then okay, so jab in. Ah, I'm going to declare some variables up here. So variable I equals 0. So I'll use that for a loop. So go for I for I from 0 to 10, step 1. And I'll just go one actor plus equals actor origin x plus 1. So that will bring the fist in. from the left, and then, you know, we need to move it up. And then we need to do the jab out. So that's going to be the reverse of that. Oh, and we need to actually put this weight in there. So I'm going to go yield actor, or actor yield 1. And so that's just basically just going to say, okay, well, every frame it's just going to, you know, move in. And we need to set like a left glove and a right glove. So the left glove, I'm going to go new var1 equals, I guess I'll use -1 for the left and then +1 for the right. And if I'm doing a left jab, then left jab, then it's going, yeah, it needs to be the opposite of that. So that needs to be minus var1. Then that needs to be plus var1. And I'll add a so I need like a punch code block. So I'm gonna go handler. So this is gonna be my oops. Yeah, this is going to be my call it like the handler for the player code. So I'm just going to have that run every frame. And then I think it's control1. Yeah, so if I've hit a button, then this should do the attack. So I want it to alternate between the left and right. So I'm going to need to declare a variable for a variable attack and equals -1, variable word. Like that. I forgot to declare the size of that there as well. I mean, that can be just a byte actually. It doesn't really matter. So I can then go actually, if I do for each actor type equals glove, go to attack jab, and then I just need a condition that says only attack with the current hand. And then I can just say if attack, was it attack hand? Let's go back to here. Yeah, so if attack hand is not the same as our new active var1. No, that, yeah, sorry, I need to change that to active var1. Because I'll just make a note that active var1 is the hand ID. -1 is left, +1 is right. I'm just going to say if we're not on the right hand, we just return. So we don't do the rest of this. So that will do the attack if we hit the button. We also want to switch our hand, so we can go if attack hand equals -1, else go set attack hand equals 1, else set attack hand equals -1. Yeah, let's give that a go. Let's see if that actually does something. Might not even compile. Okay, so how did I get confused about? Okay, got confused by this. So that should be just plus. Okay, that was not. Oh, I know what the problem. Okay. Because that's testing all of the buttons, and that includes the like the movement keys. So I need to change that to a bit test. And Amiga Fire 1 will do. Um, or I can just... No, I don't even need to do that. I can just change this to control 1 fire. The fire hit. Control 1 fire equals button hit. Okay, so that's pretty broken for a few different reasons. I think it's because, well, I think the main thing is we're not checking that this is already in motion. We need to complete the attack for the return, so we can go if actor var2 end if or end return. Let's set actor var2 equals true. And then at the end of it, we can go set actor var2 equals false. Now let me just check the logic. Oh. Okay, yeah, I made a mistake here. We shouldn't be adjusting the actor Y. We should only be adjusting the actor X. Because both of them are going to punch upwards. The only difference is, because the left hand is going to punch towards the right, and the right hand is going to punch towards the left. Okay, so it still can get a bit broken if I attack while I'm still punching. Why is that? So I can just make the don't know what I did wrong here. Go to Attack jab. Done. Okay. So this I is shared. That's a shared variable. That's not going to work for us. So let's get rid of that. So we want actor var 3 is the is how far we're into the animation is our animation timer. And I might make it so it hits up further, but it's a much shorter animation, or fairly shorter. It should give it a little bit more weight. Okay, well that's might make it go up even further. Looks like little bit of a low blow there, but well, we kind of got something going. We need to have a a reaction. I'm gonna need to do a probably should have a low well, yeah, I'll do the low hit. Um, go back to Hayden. We want let's hit high. Okay, so that's sort of like a is that the well, that's the whole knockdown, which we don't really need. Yeah, okay, so that's just one by one. We just check the collision boxes here. And I'll need to do the same for well, it doesn't need to be the whole whoops. It is Yeah, let's make it a bit wider. I don't need to make it like an exact value, just as long as it sort of, uh, yeah, about there will do. Then I can do a, when I get to here, I can do a melee attack and code. So I'll go actor X minus 8, actor Y minus 8. Um, 16 by 16. And just to detect that we've actually hit the actor, I'm just going to go on melee by player. Oh, so you're going to need to flag that as a player. I can turn off most of these. We don't actually need any of these. In fact, I'm just going to label this as a projectile. And then if I go on melee by projectile, destroy actor. Oh, actually, no, I will create a I'm gonna call this opponent on hit opponent. Now, the reason why I've set this as a projectile is that all collisions need to have either a projectile or a player, and the opponent isn't a projectile, it's not a player, so we'll set that as the projectile. And if I go on hit by projectile, um, on hit opponent, and then I'm just going to play the animation. Yeah, let's see how that works. Okay, that's... Oh! Yeah, I know what the problem is. It's, I put on hit, which is different to on melee. So on hit is when it's a collision. I just want it to be a melee. In fact, I should... That's just going to be confusing. If I go on melee... Yep, okay, well, I can hit him. Um... Yeah, I don't know if there's too much else I want to really do. I mean, I got the basics in, like the very very bare basics. I could have him follow me around the ring a bit. And it's just something like if. So I'm moving at 2, so I can just make him move at 1, and it's just something like if actor, if player X less than actor X, then set player to actor X equals actor X minus 1, else if player X greater than actor X. Wait, no, I need to reverse that. That's just confusing. +1. Else if actor X is greater than player X. That should get the character following me around the ring. Let me know if there's any of those animations, or I mean, I guess we could do a knockdown on him. We could also maybe get the character to do an attack. We can see how it looks on Mega Drive and Neo Geo. Let's give that a quick try on Mega Drive. I want to set that to 2 pallets. I'll just check these pallet lines will all need to be 1. Oh, something weird with the colors there. I don't know why he's gone so blue. Oh, yeah, I mean, we didn't have the right colors from anywhere. Yeah, actually, I know the reason. It's because, in the Amiga version, you could use these ring colors. Whereas on the Mega Drive version, because it's this different palette line, is just using that, is only using that. So it's going to probably look similar on Neo Geo, but let's try it out. The attack button for, there we go. Well, I mean, we've got the very bare basic, it's a starting point of a boxing game, so not directly a uh, clone of Punch Out. Maybe next week I can sort of work on the logic for knockdowns, the logic for the opponent taking strikes, whether well, I mean, obviously we want to sport like a upper stance and a lower stance, and if there's so I might leave it here for tonight. Unless anyone has any sort of last minute thoughts or suggestions, comments, questions. Alright, well, I might leave it there. Let's see who we can raid. Who am I following that's raidable? Retro Demiurgi. We can raid them. Playing playing the awful version of Jim Power on Mega Drive. Okay, thanks everyone for coming to the stream.